So we're gonna show and demonstrate this whole rack system. Okay, so here it is with the rack removed. You can see that's a Polaris headache rack. That's what this whole thing started out with. All right, those little pigtails are for the whip lights. So here's the rack. So those little brackets there are 1.5 inches. Picked up 4 of those off Amazon. The rack on top came from Harbor Freight. It was an ATV hitch rack. You can see there's one there and one there. I actually cannibalized those fasteners for the lock and ride from a coal pin gun rack thing that I'd had. But you can get those variations of those on Amazon. So basically I just fabbed up the bottom support, that 2-inch angle iron, 2x8. The bottom piece was 2x8. I drilled holes in it for tying down stuff. That's the whip lights mounts that were incorporated into the bracket. Got the shovel mounted to the side there. Okay, so there it is set back on there. Just need to put each of the clamps on. They're held with 4 Allen bolts each. So you can really take it off anytime you want and not have it. Okay, and I might add, as part of this build, I put my high lift jack rack up here, and that was also fabbed up. That tubing up there is 1 3/4 inches, so I got 2 1 3/4 inch basically roll cage clamps, and then from there I cut off some chunks of it was 2x3 angle iron, those 3/16. So I cut them off and fabbed up the rest of it. I tilted the rack so you can see how it functions. So there's the spare tire carrier set down so the rack can be tilted or access into the back of the gate. Okay, the only thing that I want to add is that I took the Harbor Freight rack has a 2-inch square tubing as part of the rack, and I just didn't put that in. So when you bolt the 2 halves together, the width is just about perfect for this machine. I also, the neat thing about the Polaris lock and ride headache rack is it has this shelf that can be taken up or dropped, and that's kind of a nice little handy thing. I definitely took that into consideration. That's part of the reason why that bracket's angled for the rack, the headache rack, and I didn't put anything in the way to inhibit that. And also this little Plano Sportsman's trunk. It's kind of a neat little trunk. It fits in there just perfect. It's a it's the medium. Got it on Amazon. If anybody's interested, I can post the link for that. So anyway, so that's pretty much the whole rack. Thanks for tuning in.